I'm not in this world to live up to your expectations, and you're not in this world to live up to mine. Bruce Lee. Everyone, from your boss, to your family, to the government, has expectations for you. When you have to deal with expectations and the pressure of not living up to them, it can feel like you're living someone else's life. In this video, I'll show you how to deal with expectations so you can start living your own life. Before I go into how to deal with expectations, I want to explain what they are in depth and why they are problematic. Expectations are defined by Oxford as a strong belief that something will happen or be the case in the future. This video mainly focuses on social expectations, or expectations that involve people. So I will define it as a strong belief that someone will act based on who you want them to be. One thing to note is that expectations create a social contract, where if you don't push back, they will assume that you're okay with it. When you get used to people having expectations for you, you'll start having expectations for others. My theory is that you learn how to accept expectations and how to have expectations for others in childhood. Your parents had expectations for you, and you would try to meet those expectations to make them happy. You then would learn to create your own expectations for your parents. As you grow up, you then get more and more used to trying to meet expectations and creating your own expectations for others. You might be wondering why expectations are bad when you can get inspired by people who believe in you. First off, expectations can put immense pressure on you, which can cause you to make poor choices and fail. One example I can point to is sports stars on a championship team. The fans all have high expectations that everyone will perform well and the team will win it all. In terms of skill, the players are still the same players as last year, or even better, yet some of them will underperform and play worse. Those expectations might have caused them to make bad plays that they wouldn't normally make. You might think that doesn't apply to you because you aren't a sports star, but it happens in the real world too. For example, your boss or parents might have an expectation for you to perform well on a project with a short deadline or test. The pressure from those expectations in combination with your nerves can cause you to do worse. Second, expectations can only inspire you if their intentions align with your desires. If your desires don't align with their expectations, it can get ugly. If your parents want you to be a doctor, but you want to be something else, they will be unhappy you aren't living up to their expectations, and you will have a hard time breaking the news that you don't want to be a doctor. Third, trying to please other people by meeting expectations is a difficult and unrewarding task. Everyone has different hopes for you, and those expectations can be constantly changing. If you don't meet those expectations, they might feel disappointed or frustrated at you. If you do meet those expectations, they will have new ones for you. So how can we deal with expectations and the pressure that comes with them? First, speak up if applicable. You shouldn't let others dictate who you are and what you should do. People will assume it's okay to have expectations for you, and that they can try to force you to be who they want you to be if you don't draw the line. Let them know that they are going too far and they shouldn't be defining how you live. This step is great for an example where someone's expectations don't align with your desires. If your parents want you to be a certain profession and are doing everything they can to get you to follow that path, you need to speak up and let them know you don't want to follow that path. Speaking up might not always be easy, but it has to be done so you can live your own life. Second, don't be too attached to the expectation and result. Aiming for a certain result isn't what causes you to suffer. The attachment to the result is what causes problems. This doesn't mean you shouldn't be focused on your goals or meeting that expectation. You should do your best and work towards that goal, but don't let the result dictate your happiness. When you're attached to the outcome, you're letting external factors decide your happiness. Instead of being attached to the result, you should focus more on the process. Focus on enjoying each moment and trust that every experience will allow you to grow. Instead of basing your happiness on external factors like the outcome, you should base your happiness on internal factors like the effort you put into your work. If you end up not reaching that goal or meeting that expectation, but you are satisfied with your effort, you won't feel as bad compared to if you base your happiness on just the result. Finally, free yourself and live the life you want. After you set your boundaries and let go of the outcome, you can now start living the life that you want. When you start living the life that you want, people might be inspired by you and follow suit. Seeing someone live the life they want is one of the most inspiring things. Also, when you free yourself, you won't feel like imposing your will on others, and you won't have too many expectations for others. People will notice this, and they will be more comfortable around you. Before I end the video, I want to say that although expectations are usually negative, they can be a good thing. when the expectation aligns with your desires. There's something called the Pygmalion effect, where high expectations lead to improved performance in that area. By believing someone can accomplish something, they have better odds of doing so. When someone believes in you and there isn't much pressure, your performance can improve if you also have the desire to do well. The conditions are hard to meet, but you can benefit from expectations in some circumstances. Someone believing in you, plus little to no pressure, plus your desire to succeed equals you performing better. Have you ever felt pressured by expectations? Leave a comment below and check out the video shown on the end screen if you enjoyed this video and want more content.